knowing that you have set up your seniors for this idea of the AP, and then you have the 10th and 11th graders with like the 80% on it is the California, I don't know if you wrote that, but just let everyone know this California test. Like, do you think, if we think like long term, if students got an 80% on that test, that would set them up for the next year in an AP class? And that's honestly a question, so I don't have the answer to it.
Like if they, so in their end of the year exam, which was like the California state test, are you saying like, would they be able to take an AP class in 12th grade with the skills
so
to
like,
get an 80%?
I'm checking like the bold part, so if like your 11th graders are going to take this test, would you feel confident that if they got an 80% on that test, that they can transition into your 12th grade AP class?
I think that they could.
Okay.
And I think that at least for like 10th and 11th grade, yeah, I think that's where they should be. And if they can master that, like Alana was saying before, like if we were to give a 10th grader an AP test who is at 20% proficient, like I think it's possible, but like you unfortunately may have like even just 5 students that are just, you're not reaching out to enough or something that just like fall below the line or something. So I think, like so my 10th graders are taking, like in Zuni it's mixed up, so my 10th graders are taking the 11th grade California test. So like, hopefully in 10th grade, if they get 80% on that, then
they are.
Yeah.
I just wanted to check like if you felt like that was the continuum. So like actually like think about your goals as like connected.
I would hope so, because I would think that like even the top school in California that I was looking at that had like 90% proficiency on that test, those kids who are taking it in 11th grade go on to the AP courses, and I'm sure that they, they just get 90% on that test, but they don't like drown in an AP class. So I would hope that they would be able to.
Do you guys have any other questions? Or?
Can you just repeat that? Okay, so what were you saying about 90%?
That the top school in California had 90% on the social studies.
But it's in their 11th grade year, as opposed to Allison students are taking their 10th grade year.
And your goal is 80%, right?
Yeah, I guess like world history in 11th grade in California, they scored 90%, and my 10th grade world history students.
So then what about with the flip side then, the world history as 11th graders? What's the top school in California, and what's your goal?
You're talking about U.S. history,
Wait,
Emily?
U.S. history, I mean?
No, they take world history their 11th grade.
10th grade at Zuni. Oh, 11th grade California 11th grade, 10th grade in Zuni.
Wait,
so the 90% is 11th grade world history.
Yeah. Oh, 11th. I'm sorry. Okay, so your 11th grade world history, and then they're taking it here in 11th grade. Aren't they doing world history at 11th grade?
Yes. I'm sorry, I reversed it. You are right. I am wrong. U.S. history is the 11th grade U.S. history 11th grade test that my 10th graders are taking.
Yeah. So then for world history,
they're taking the
10th grade test.
Unless they take it all in 11th grade? No, they must be taking it.
I think California does it each year. Like New York does.
So I get what you're saying. So
but your U.S. history, you're saying U.S. history is in 10th grade or in Massachusetts or California or whatever.
Yep. So I guess what you're saying is maybe my percentage should be higher for my 11th grade world history students.
If they're taking a 10th grade test.
Yeah.
Well, it's a question. I mean, I think it would depend on like what are the schools in California doing, like what are the 10th graders in California doing, and then because I don't know, I'd have to look at the test to see like if the level of like skill is that much different from 10th to 11th, because sometimes I don't really know if it is. But it's a question. It's a question to think about.
Did you take both the end of your tests?
No, I haven't taken them yet. I guess like the first 10th of it for the Unit 1 assessment, but no, I haven't taken the.
I would say just as something just to think about, to check and like see. And you just have to do a good check like after you take the 2 tests to say, are these about the same level in skill, or is this actually like, if you feel like the world history one is at a lower level, then